Okay, now we're going to do a video on doing a rabbet joint. We just finished the dado joint, that one, and we're going to now do a rabbet joint on the opposite side of our board. And a rabbet joint is very similar to a dado joint, except it happens at the end. So it's for a piece that joins right on the end like this, and it reinforces that connection. All right, instead of it being a butt joint, which is what this would be. We're going to recess that in. All right, so same tools you need for the for this as you do for the dado joint. You'll need a chisel, a square, guide block, saw, clamp, and of course a nice sharp pencil. Okay, so let's get down to it. Here we go. Let's get here so you can see. I hope you can see that works right there. So we're going to do a rabbet joint right here on the end. Okay, and we might not even need a pencil for this because we can line this up flush. Flush meaning lined up perfectly, right? It's even. You feel it with your finger and it feels the same. What we'll do now is we'll take our guide block. All right, we'll move this a little bit. Make it, hopefully you can see. Take our guide block and I'm going to set it against, gently against my piece, making sure it stays flush on this end. All right, that's where I want to clamp it. So I'm going to clamp it here. I'm going to put pressure down with one hand on the top of the clamp, and with the other hand I'm going to spin the handle so that it stays in place. I'll clamp it down and then I'm going to have a look here. Let's see. Does it fit nicely? Actually, it's a little bit over on this side. I'd like it back a little bit. So to adjust that, what I'll do is I'll just loosen the clamp a little bit. Not so much that it comes right off, just a little bit. And maybe with the back of the chisel, I'm just going to tap till I get that nice and flush. There it is, and then I tighten it up more. Now, I've got it. If you take the clamp right off, then you're back to where you started. Okay, I forgot to mark how deep I'm going, so I'm going to do that. Now I'm going to go down about, let's go with 7 millimeters. I'm going to make a mark here on this side. Make a mark here on this side. And then I'm going to scribe along here to get my depth, because I need my depth there. Okay, cutting down to my line there. And do I need another one? Maybe not. I might not need another one because this grain, the grain of the wood is going this direction. So as I chisel here, it's going to chip out really easily. I might even just leave it hooked up for chiseling. And I think I'll use a mallet for this. So I'm going to get a mallet and I will hold my chisel with the bevel. So that's this part. This is the bevel, the angled bit up. I'm going to leave that up and I'm going to take some small bites here. I'm not going to go all the way to my line. I'm just going to take small bites and I'm going to chip that up. You may need to put this into the vise because it does move. Now taking small bites. Now depending on your wood grain, this may not work because it could split. If your wood grain is actually kind of in a sloping downwards, it'll split and go too far down there. This is where the challenge is, and you could set up another guide block here. But you really want to have your chisel and follow along your line carefully. Oops, that one went a little deep. Follow along your line. Right there I'm just shearing the fibers that were left. Okay, we're getting there. So now we're going to clean this up. Try to make this nice. Now when you're chiseling small, careful amounts like that, keep your thumb on top of the tool, kind of slice it by pushing your thumb like this. That way you're able to pare it. It's called paring. And in this case I'm going to move to the vise here to clean this up a bit better, because I want to be able to get at this side. So checking my line location. I can use my chisel to check if I'm flat, and it's not exactly perfect, but it's pretty darn close. Make sure you get all the little fibers that are in this corner right here. You want to make sure that that is a nice, crisp, clean corner. You can check to see how it fits. Okay, I ended up a little bit proud here. That's okay, I can be sanded down at any time. And let's see here. What do we got? So it could have been better. I could have done a better job at flattening the base, keeping that even. Probably a guide block on the end would have helped. And looks all right. If I were to glue that though, it may have ended up a little bit out of square. I can see that it's leaning out there a little bit. So I could have done a better job. I could come back now and remove some material from this inside shoulder right there, and that would help to lower it into a square position. All right, you can do that quickly, and then you can see how that would work. So I want to just remove some material from back here. So I'm just going to, it might have been some of those pieces, not much, I need just a little bit. And very careful, bevel up, carefully chiseling. That's one way to make a rabbet joint. This is the rabbet joint, or rebate. Did I fix it? Is it square? Nice, there it is. All right, so I adjusted that. That's your rabbet joint. Similar to a dado, just happens at the end.